Hello motion graphic artist. I wanted to take a couple seconds and do a really quick tutorial here on creating assets in Photoshop or Illustrator and creating those assets in a way that they actually fit perfectly the size of composition that you're working for. So I'm going to start off here. I'm sitting here right in Photoshop at this moment. So to create a Photoshop document that is exactly the size of the composition that you want to work with, it's a real quick step. Under File, we're going to choose New. Then for the document type, a lot of folks, until they've gotten into some of the video classes, don't even realize that there are multiple different categories of presets here. So you want to make sure that if you're working on something that's a standard format for video, that you choose the film and video section right there. Then under size, you can choose the one that we're working with. The one that we're working with all of our projects except for the week 4 project is going to be HDV. HDTV 720, but you can note that there also are HDTV 1080. There's all different types of video. Some of these down here are kind of antiquated video formats. PAL is a format that's used in the United Kingdom and England. So we're just going to choose HDTV 720. It sets all of the other parameters for you, and when you click OK, it will open up a brand new document. It is the exact size that you need it to be. I'm going to go under View, and I'm going to choose Show Guides. There we go. So now you can see that it even comes in with guides preset for you that are located where the title safe and where the action safe areas of the screen are. So you could create something right here. As long as you're working in a 720 document, it's going to fit perfectly. So let's take a real quick look at Illustrator. It works exactly the same way in Illustrator. We're going to go into the File, pull down menu, and we're going to choose New. And same thing here, I'm going to choose Profile, I'm going to choose Video and Film. Then down here under Size, I'm going to choose HDV 720. And this will create an Adobe Illustrator document that is exactly the same size as my document in Adobe AfterEffects. It's just going to make life easier for you as you're creating those assets and you want to be able to work with them without having to change your composition sizes or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. This one is going to look just a little bit different because usually most people use Illustrator to create vector images for print, but you certainly can use it to create elements for video or for web. It does make a couple of assumptions here for you. The first one is that you're going to want to have transparency. So you can see that there is transparency there, but you can also see that you have your standard guides for safe title and action safe. So again, you can work with that. Don't forget, as you're creating in Photoshop or in Illustrator, just be sure that you're aware that anything that you want to be able to animate individually, you want to have it on a layer by itself. So don't forget, work with your layers palette, lay things out there in a way so that you can move things around, you can animate them. Definitely take the time to name your layers, because as you get those into After Effects, the layer names are going to come in with it. It's going to make life just a little bit easier for you. But that's the simplest, easiest way to create elements for After Effects. If you're working with things that you want them to be much, much larger, of course, you don't have to follow these guidelines. But if you're doing something pretty basic like an animated logo or something like that, it's going to make sense to do it this way.